Here's how to send out your proposal on time, every time.
Today's video is a part of my free freelance sales course brought to you by pipedrive. Pipedrive is the first CRM designed by salespeople for salespeople. Pipedrive allows you to not only keep track of your prospects' contact info, but also move them through your sales funnel, keeping track of each touch point you make with them.
Clicking on the yellow symbol here will prompt you to schedule an activity with your prospect. What you decide on really depends on the type of relationship you have and your familiarity with the client. If they're a brand new lead, you may want to start by sending an email. But if you have a mutual friend or colleague, you could consider inviting them to lunch. Either way, note all of the details down in pipedrive: time of meeting, location, guest, and notes. You can even connect your Google Calendar to see all of your activities in one place. And once the activity has occurred, mark it done and move them to contact made.
And then the next step is going to be to schedule a demo with them if you're selling a software or product, for example. But in the case of most freelancers, you're just going to go ahead and send a proposal.
The secret is really a template. Have a template for yourself that has all of your branding, all of your standard packages loaded up in there, all of your, brand details, contact info. So really all you need to do is plug and play and choose, okay, this is the package that I'm going to suggest to them, or, this is kind of the timeline that's specific to them. And all you need to do is change those small little details and send it off to them. I have a template that I use in Canva that I just swap out really a couple of those pages depending on the conversation. And it makes it really, really easy. I'm taking notes during my discovery call. I am prepared when it comes time to put that thing together. Like I mentioned, you want to do this sooner rather than later. I try to send it out honestly same day if I really want to work with the client, because you have to put yourself in their shoes a little bit. Whenever let's say I'm shopping for a new car, I'm not just going to one dealership. I am looking on Google to find where can I find this specific car that I'm looking for. And I'm willing to travel, 50 to 100 miles for that car in some situations. Same thing for service providers. When, you're planning an event or hiring somebody to work with you, you are actively doing so and you are reaching out to multiple people at once. Your clients are going to be doing the same thing. So if you had a good connection, if you feel like this is a client you really want to work with, you want to make sure to send that out as soon as possible. Now, depending on how that initial discovery call goes, I might ask this question on the call, or I might save it for an email later. I will usually say, I'm going to send you a proposal. It should be coming over by the end of the week. When can I expect to hear back from you? You have to use your best judgment here on whether or not that feels appropriate to say on the call or not. But I always like to ask and just set the expectations so that I'm not left hanging, but that I also am not feeling annoying by following up. If maybe they know, hey, I'm going to be out of town for the next week, or my co-founder or my CEO who I need to get approval from is going to be out of town or unavailable, communicate that. And if they're open with you and they say, hey, actually our CEO is out of town right now, I have a meeting with them next week, I'll be able to get back to you, on Wednesday. That's a really good indicator that they are seriously considering working with you. If they're very vague about it and they're like, I'll probably just need like a week, or, I don't know, that might be a bit of a red flag. That doesn't mean you shouldn't still send out the proposal, but just prepare yourself. Don't, fire all your other clients because you think this one is going to replace them. They might be a little bit on the fence. So depending on the answer you get to that question, you may or may not want to do this extra step, add this extra step into your proposal. This is a little magic, sprinkling a little magic fairy dust I like to add onto my proposals when I really, really want a job. I will add a video to the proposal. And what I do is I share my screen. I use a tool like Vidyard or some other video recorder, QuickTime, whatever you want to do, and just record myself talking through the proposal as if I was talking to them, in person. I find that this can really help clear up any questions and really get ahead of any questions and kind of act as an extension of that discovery call. You're able to show them, hey, here are the services that I recommend. We just worked with a client last month that had this service, and actually I can hop over to their website really quick and show you what it looks like live on their website or their social channels. You can be a little bit more interactive and really put that personality and put yourself into that proposal. I have done this many times for higher ticket contracts, and knock on wood, it's always worked, because it really is the next best thing to being able to ask you questions face to face or work with you directly. So you've put together your proposal, you've maybe recorded a video to go alongside it. Then you just got to draft the email, the communication that's sent out to them, and you want to make sure that you ask them again, when can I hear back? You may have already talked about this on the discovery call, like we mentioned. So make sure you just reaffirm that. Hey, you mentioned that you're going to be out of town till Monday. No worries at all. Just sending this so it's here and ready for you when you return. Let me know when you think you'll have a decision. And asking an open-ended question like that, that kind of encourages them to respond, as opposed to saying, let me know if you have any questions, or please reach out if you want to schedule a follow-up meeting. Instead, just asking really directly, when are you going to have an answer for me? Another thing that really helps with this is adding an expiration date to your proposal. And this is not like a sales tactic. I mean, I think it does work somewhat as a sales tactic, but this is just honesty. If you're a freelancer juggling multiple clients, you've got to know when to move on. You cannot reserve months on end for a prospect, for somebody who's not actually paying you, right? So I always add somewhere at the bottom of my proposal, this proposal is good until the end of the month, usually, depending on when I send it out. But generally about 30 days is how long, that's kind of the maximum that they have to decide. And otherwise, it's subject to change, meaning the timeline might be affected. I can't hold over a month on my calendar for you. I'm probably going to be working with another client or doing something else in my life at that time. So that might affect the timeline. It might affect my availability at all. I might no longer be available for the project. Or it could affect the price. Generally speaking, I raise my rates every single year. So if somebody gets a proposal in December, that's kind of the last chance for that year's price point. So make sure that you add an expiration date onto your proposals if you want to make sure that you nudge that conversation along. And lastly, I want to mention this because it's a problem these days, is ghosting. I hear about it all the time. I've experienced it for sure. There's this website that I'm going to recommend to you. It's called themagic-email.com. If you go there, they have a great script for you to use when you are kind of in that ping pong match with your client of, oh yeah, like I looked at the proposal, it looks good. Let me just take another little bit of time with it. Or, oh yeah, but I'm going to sign the contract. I'm going to do this. Here's what you do. You just send through the magic email. The script basically says, hey, I haven't heard from you in a couple weeks. I'm going to assume your priorities have changed. Please let me know if that's not the case. And it will spring them into action one way or another. They'll either say, oh my gosh, no, I do want to work with you, or oh my gosh, you're right, our priorities have changed. The last thing I'll say on pitching is whether you are doing it in person, whether you're doing it through video, whether you're just typing up a proposal via email, confidence really matters here. It's all about how you show up. That's a big piece of it as well. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to tell you it's all in your head and it's all mindset, but part of it is for sure. You want to present yourself as an expert. You want to present yourself as a professional. So, put on a nice outfit if you are pitching them in person or even on video, right? Like just taking a moment to put on a jacket versus just wearing your crusty old hoodie that we all hang out and work at home in typically. That can really change how you show up on these calls, or even when you're writing something, believe it or not. Also think about the language that you're using. Hey, I recommend taking action on your website and increasing your conversion rates, those types of things. That sounds like you know what you're talking about and like you're making professional recommendations, as opposed to saying, I really think that your website could look a little bit more aesthetically pleasing, right? Like those are two very different recommendations. One is kind of nice to have and like, okay, this person kind of thinks something. The other is authoritative and saying, listen, in my decade of experience, all of my, dozens of clients that I've worked with agree that having this change to their website has really helped. I definitely recommend that you do the same thing. Think about how you're showing up, how you're presenting yourself. Sometimes that little boost of confidence can be what actually wins you the contract in the end. So let me know in the comments, how do you hype yourself up for a discovery call or for a pitch call or email? Let me know if there's any secrets that you have to share. And don't forget to come back, same time, same place, for episode 4 in this series. Thanks so much to Pipedrive for sponsoring the series. We'll We'll see you in the next one.